What to read when you get done with Fourth Wing, IronFlame, and Onyx Storm, because nobody likes a reading slump. If you're wanting another Shadow Daddy, however, maybe less world building and less heavy plot, because you really have to focus when you're reading the Empyrean series. So if you want the Shadow Daddy but a little less thinking involved, then I would say A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. There's 4 books in the series, but truly they're so skinny that really all 4 equal like 1.5 fantasy book. But it's A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows, A Kingdom of Blood and Betrayal, A Kingdom of Venom and Vows, and A Kingdom of Fire and Fate. The girl in this book is known as Starblessed, and she has been promised the prince of this land. However, it's not something that she wants, nor did she have a choice in. And perhaps she starts having feelings for the Shadow Daddy brother. So there's a forbidden love story in there, and I loved every single minute. There is plot, but I would say we spend a lot of time on the romance and the spice. If you like that cursed MMC feel, enemies to lovers, kind of more dark stories, then Anathema would be right up your alley for After Fourth Wing. I love this book. And then also there is an animal creature in here that the main character, she does form an attachment with in a bond. And that reminded me of Fourth Wing, IronFlame, Onyx Storm as well. So I would definitely check it out, add it to your list. Again, if you like a Shadow Daddy and you like the plot to be twisty, turny, and you don't know what's coming next, there's little Easter eggs and you're just trying to put it together and figure out what's happening and what's going on and how do all these pieces fit, then I cannot recommend enough A Court of Ravens and Ruin by Eliza Reign. This is another one that is a 4-book series, so I'm going to put them right here for all 4 books, but truly they're also skinny and you can fly through them. Like once one ended, I had to go to the next, go to the next, go to the next, because I could not put it down and I had to figure out how all the puzzle pieces went together. It's truly one of my favorite fantasy reads of last year. And I definitely think that it would cure your Fourth Wing hangover. If you are looking for another MMC to literally die for, then look no further than Prince Luther and Spark of the Everflame, Glow of the Everflame, Heat of the Everflame. This to me very much cures an Empyrean series hangover, because DM to me has very Violet vibes. She is trying to find her own, find her strength. She does frustrate people sometimes. She makes decisions that you want to be like, DM, come on. But I adore her. She is one of my favorite of all time of female characters in a fantasy book. I love them. The plot in here is so freaking intricate. And again, you're trying to figure out how all the pieces go together and you don't figure it out. Let me share a quote that's going to make you down bad for some Prince Luther, okay? "You think I fear my own death," he whispered in my ear. "Every day I draw breath is as much a curse as a gift. If you're the way my fate finally catches up to me, I can't fathom a more beautiful end. And also, I am your sword. Point me at your enemies and watch them fall." What? This man in this book, I can't tell you. He rivals Rhysand and Xaden. When I tell you that this man is in my top 3 book boyfriends, I tell no lies. I tell no lies. And if you haven't read these books yet, I promise you that if you just can't get over your Empyrean series hangover, these will definitely get you out of that slump. I'm like 100% guaranteeing it. Now, if you are more into like magical powers, kind of like the signets, but it may be called orders and different things in different books. But if you're into that and attending like a academia, academy, college, that type thing, then I say look no further than Neverkeep to get you out of your Fourth Wing slump, because this book was so freaking good. I gave it 6 stars. This takes place in the same world as the Zodiac Academy series. However, it is unrelated to the plot of the other books. So I have been told that by another creator on here, and I trusted her opinion. And I actually read this first before I read any of the Zodiac Academy books, because I just kind of wanted to get a feel and see how I felt about it in general. In this world of Celeria, there are the lands of earth, water, fire, and air. And then the people come from them to try to get a place in Neverkeep. They want to be able to go there, but they have to prove themselves first before they can even enter in. They typically have a power from where they are from, but every now and then they have more than one power. That would make them more powerful and put them in a higher position at the school. One of the main girls in here is from the water element, and she is the one that is bullied in this book very much gives me Violet vibes. Anytime there's a character that gives me Violet vibes, yes, I love her, I adore them, and that's just where I gravitate to. But then there's another girl in here, and she is from the air element, and she is badass, powerful Sky Witch, and I loved following both their stories. Truly, there's enemies to lovers in here, there's slow burns, there's just so much plot that's intricate, and you're trying to figure out what's happening at Neverkeep because nothing is as it seems. Now, lastly, again, if you like the magical feels and people having powers of ice and water and air and fire and earth and all those things, and you like that Academy feel, I would definitely recommend the Zodiac Academy series because guess what? I decided I was going to get into that, and I've read the first 3 books now. I was so happy that I was in the middle of the 3rd book when Onyx Storm arrived, and I read it in between, simply because it gave me a home to come back to and it prevented me from being in a reading slump. Now, I will say the writing in Neverkeep is definitely way elevated from the very first book of Zodiac Academy, in my opinion, but I have become addicted. I love these books, and I feel like once you're in it, you can't put them down. Now, I will say I do have some friends that did not like the Zodiac Academy series because they didn't like the bullying aspect of it. However, I think if you are a girly who likes dark romance, you would love these books. And if you have not read fantasy yet and you like dark romance, well, then this is your introduction because I fell in love with them. I'm addicted. I can't put them down, but I like dark romance. So to me, I read the bully trope a lot in dark romances. And so it doesn't bother me. Of course, I'm like, come on, girls, let's kick some butt, but it doesn't affect me to where I would want to DNF the series. I think just because I'm kind of used to reading that, and all of us dark romance girls, we fall for the, bad guys that really do very questionable things, but then in the next minute, they do something where you're like, well, I don't know. Maybe he's all right. And they have so many dreamy MMCs that it's hard to choose. Why choose, I say? Why choose? I can't because I really have fallen in love with like at least 3 of them. So yes, take these and check them out because I think any of these series would get you out of whatever reading slump or your broken heart of the Empyrean series. All of these would just be top tier to fix that problem.